All right, give me a minute. Open sesame. Easy peasy.
Done beat.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So today is Thursday. Hope you're having an awesome day so far. Having a look at the markets, we're seeing some red across the board, but it's really not that much. In fact, we're kind of just starting to go sideways again. If we have a look at what is going on, we have Bitcoin sitting around 3,465, 31 cent XRP. Ethereum around $107. Bitcoin dominance still going up. Keep that in mind. Also, $113 billion market cap. And if we look at the biggest gainers of the day, we have Everest, which I'm not very familiar with, up 9%. Aurora, Bytum, Electronium, Stasis, Nexo, and that's pretty much it. Because after that, look at these gains, 0.5, 0.4, 0.2, and then we're getting into stable coins. So not really too much exciting movement really today as far as coins are concerned. Having a look, you may have noticed that wrapped Bitcoin has popped up out of nowhere. Okay, so this is the ERC20 version of Bitcoin. You might be asking yourself, what the heck is the point in this? Well, we'll get into that a little bit later, but getting on to the charts right here, guys, I have the volume pulled up. Not really looking at anything specifically, not looking at any triangles or any wedges or anything, just having a look at what's going on right now. We're seeing volume is yet again falling quite low. And we know that sometimes when volume gets super low, we tend to have these breakout or breakdowns, right? So we're keeping our eyes on it. We're having a look. Now, the reason I'm not getting crazy into this today is because later on tonight, I'm actually speaking with Crown's Crypto Cave. Amazing technical analysis, and we're just going to talk about the market, see what's going on, and get a, much better opinion from somebody who actually does this stuff every day. So I think that'd be really cool for you guys to stop by. Also, if you don't get notifications on the channel right away, just turn on the bell notification. Some people said YouTube was like turning it off or they weren't getting updates. So, just turn on the bell notification on YouTube and you should get the updates for these videos, guys. Now, moving forward, let's talk about the fact that according to a cryptocurrency technical analyst, Johnny Mo, the cryptocurrency market has officially entered into its longest ever bear market. Now, I know you're probably going to say, hey, wait a minute. If we go back to the charts over here, wasn't this the bottom right here? 3,000, 100, 3,200? Okay, some people could argue that. Technically, we've gone up since then, but we're still in a very bearish trend. So let's just take this with a grain of salt and let's just see what the guy has to say. So in 2013, the crypto sector engaged in a 410-day bear market, although I've seen it as 415 depending on who you talk to. But anyway, the price dropped from $1,000 almost down to $100, which beats out this current bear market because we're only sitting at around an 82, 83%, pullback, whereas they were seeing upwards of almost 90%, okay? So, today marks the same length of time as the 2013 to 2015 bear market. We are 2% off from the same depth. He goes on and says, I'm expecting these cycles to become longer and less extreme as we go, meaning that the upside move should take longer. It did, and the downtrend should be longer to be determined. Next uptrend should be less extreme than the 2016 to 2017, okay? So the analysis of Mo disregards several months of consolidation following the 2013 to 2015 bear market, which traders often describe as the accumulation phase. Typically, especially in the cryptocurrency markets, major crypto assets tend to go through a long-lasting correction and a few months of stability afterwards. So you also have Saka, a cryptocurrency trader, suggested that it is possible that Bitcoin recovers to the mid 3,500 and avoid testing the $3,000 support level, but the lack of momentum in the crypto markets may prevent the dominant crypto from recovering in the short term. So, in the short term, at least until the end of the first week of February, it will remain uncertain whether Bitcoin can hold on to the tight range that it has maintained since early January or fall to a new support level. So, Generally, both of these analysts and traders expect the current bear market to extend throughout the first half of 2019 before a proper bottom is established and the market begins to recover, okay? So obviously, if history plays out exactly the same as it did before, well, then we should, start recovery very soon. However, very different landscape, very different space, lots of different external factors that we did not have many years ago in crypto. So because of that, it may potentially play out differently. For example, one positive factor in the midterm growth trend of crypto is that startups believe that crypto winter isn't as bad as previous corrections, even though it was the worst on paper in terms of length. So this is maybe because they're better prepared for it this time. It could be a lot of different reasons. Boost VC co-founder Brayton Williams said that the investment money is returning back to the norm of difficult to obtain. He says, I think that winter is greatly exaggerated. We're just back to the normal behaviors. Like, this is kind of how crypto actually used to behave. That crazy stuff that we saw with the run-up at the end of 2017, that was weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was strange. That wasn't normal, right? So as seen in the deals, we have Nasdaq. We just spoke about Fidelity's venture capital arms. They've established companies within the cryptocurrency sector, and they're not finding it challenging to receive funding, which is optimistic for the health of the industry. Last month, Nasdaq and Fidelity invested $28.5 million in regulated crypto future market operator ErisX in a highly anticipated deal. Now, let's move on and talk about previous. Let's look at what we've had before, right? So the question is, Bitcoin, are we going to have a good February, essentially? Because, historically, February has been pretty good for Bitcoin, and historically, January has been pretty bad for Bitcoin, right? So even though we're in a bear market, let's see how this plays out, because Bitcoin generally has losses in January before being put on, they word it as putting on a good show in February. So as of writing this, Bitcoin is around 3,414, representing a 7% drop from the monthly opening price. So you can see right here, Bitcoin has posted gains in February in 5 out of the last 7 years. So excluding 2014 and 2012, we have a 65% gain in 2013, 16% 2015, 18% 2016, 23% 2017, and 1.6% 2018. So we were even gaining a little bit, even in the bear market. So it's interesting to see how it will play out this time around. But, they do talk about this bearish setup that would weaken if the crucial 200-week moving average support, currently at 3,298, doesn't hold the ground. This could be a problem. This is something that we're definitely looking at, guys. But that's pretty much the situation. Now, talking about what's been going on in the background, though, here's the thing. Forget the price, guys. Forget the price for right now, because we're gaining interest in the space. It's been verified, guys. So in late December, there was this that happened, and the video has just been posted on YouTube this week. Now, this is TD Ameritrade manager of trading strategy, Sean Cruz. He told Nasdaq Trade Talks that TDA clients had regained interest in Bitcoin following its dive below 4,000. He said, there's a video here we could play in a second, but let me just go on. And he says, I'd say that the whole space is really in its infancy right now. It makes sense you're going to see a lot of volatility there. It's really driven by sentiment. There's a lot of players coming into the space, experimenting with different use cases. But right now, I think Bitcoin has something that has been center stage. He goes on to say, at TD Ameritrade, we offer Bitcoin futures trading for our clients. We saw them get very interested when the volume spiked when it was around $10,000. On this pullback lower, there really wasn't much activity from our client base. Now listen up, guys. He says, but now that we're getting down to this $3,000, $4,000 price level on Bitcoin, we're starting to see our clients become more interested in trading Bitcoin again. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what Bitcoin does from here. Cruz also commented that as of December, the downswing of the New York Stock Exchange was underway. People became more interested in storing their assets in Bitcoin. So when the stocks were having sort of rough waters, people were looking towards Bitcoin. And up until now, we've really had almost not enough data really to know how crypto reacts to these potential bear markets or bull markets in traditional stocks, right? But he says the sentiment suggests that when regular stock markets take a beating, demand for Bitcoin should increase. Often, When people with means discover the mechanics and importance of crypto, they come in heavy. This drives the price of crypto assets, often causing a sell-off days later. We've seen this phenomenon over and over again. A macro version of it presented itself in the form of the year 2017. Cruz also says that the demand from customers drove TD Ameritrade to offer Bitcoin futures trading in the first place. He said there's several elements that will propel it forward. TD Ameritrade clients have expressed interest in cryptocurrencies, but the brokerage company is taking the new world of blockchain finance one step at a time. Liquidity and regulation are chief among the concerns with other cryptocurrencies. The vast majority of crypto assets find liquidity only in other cryptos. The closest thing to fiat exchange for, most is Tether, which we all know how we feel about Tether. Now, there was a little bit of the video right here. We can play some of this real quick if you just want to kind of see real quick. We'll just give a couple seconds to play.
Well, when I think when you see cryptocurrency being offered on a platform like a Facebook, when you start to see retail accepting cryptocurrency as a form of payment, that can kind of help get some momentum behind it. It's easier for people to adapt and understand what crypto is capable of doing.
And we've already seen strong interest from our clients. That's what led to us initially offering that Bitcoin future contract. It was based off of client demand, but we have some things we want to make sure we look at. We want to make sure it's liquid, and also more importantly, it's regulated on some sort of an exchange. And so we offered the crypto futures based off of those principles, and we've actually made an investment in the ErisX exchange. And for us, that's another way for us to get our clients access to this asset class on a regulated exchange, and it's also going to bring them more products that are going to be both cash and future related products. So it's something we're excited to offer, and our clients can look forward to hearing more on that front in the first half of 2019.
So there you guys go. That's what's going on. So you're seeing the interest coming in, and yes, as the price gets lower, these guys are getting hungry. They want to get in. They want to buy that cheap Bitcoin. I mean, you heard Anthony Pompliano talking about it yesterday. He said, don't listen to the crap that you guys are hearing in the news. These are FUD articles. They're designed to keep the price down so that these guys can buy cheaper. We've gone over the manipulation over and over and over again. So that is the big opening story of the day. Now, this is the one. This is the one that everyone is talking about, and this is why I said R.I.P. Coinbase. Seriously, can Binance be stopped, guys? First, we have Binance Jersey. Now, we have Binance has just made it easier for users to buy cryptocurrencies. Yes, that's right, guys. They have officially announced that they have partnered with Israel-based payments processing firm Simplex to enable purchases with Visa and MasterCard credit cards. That's right, guys. This is the official announcement that came out right here. They even go on to say the benefits of using them, okay? Fast, average 10 to 30 minutes for cryptos to reach your wallet. Low fees, only 3.5% per transaction, or $10, whichever's higher. Convenient Visa and MasterCard accepted. And here's the thing. When you buy on Coinbase, okay, you only have a handful of coins. And when you buy, yes, they let you trade, but they won't let you take it off the exchange. But now, when you're dealing with Binance, you have the ability to buy in. You could buy into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, or XRP. But from those, you can, trade the other 121 different cryptos that they offer on the 151 that they offer on the exchange. So CZ commented on this, and he says the crypto industry is still in early stages, and most of the world's fiat or money is still in fiat. Building these fiat gateways is what we need now to grow the ecosystem, increase adoption, and introduce crypto to more users. So I agree 100%. We need more on-ramps. We need more ways to get in and get out, right? There has to be that liquidity even to the traditional systems. And right now you're finding so many bottlenecks. It's so difficult for the average person to get in. And even people that are just using Coinbase, they're getting their accounts shut down for absolutely no reason. They're literally getting letters going, basically, without going into, any detail, we're sorry, but we have to close your account down, right? It's just unacceptable, guys. So this is massive. Let me know what you guys think between Binance Jersey, Binance offering direct, fiat gateways with Visa and MasterCard. This is going to be incredible, but you guys know there was a catch. Of course there's a catch, because look, of course there's a few countries not allowed, but then we go to regarding the USA, there are certain states that are not supported, and of course New York is one of them. So I guess I got to keep using Coinbase, guys, because New York is just being New York. Also, Connecticut, Hawaii, Georgia, New Mexico, and Washington. Sorry, guys, I feel your pain. But for everybody else in USA, congratulations. My question to you, now that you have this option, are you going to be skipping straight to Binance, or are you going to still be using Coinbase? You know, why would you want to pay the fees twice? So curious to hear about this. Is this going to hurt Coinbase's operation? Are they going to take a hit from this? Let me know, guys. I think this could definitely put a dent in some of the revenue. Now, I just wanted to talk real quick because we're on the topic of Binance, and we had the BitTorrent sale, and there's been so much speculation about it. Actually, I checked earlier, and it was up 4x from the ICO. I'm not sure where it is right now. Don't go buying it or whatever, but do what you want, but it was up like 4x this morning now. Tom Schultz says, just heard from an SEC insider. Literally, his first comment was, stay away from Tron. I'm not kidding. That was his tweet. That's all he put out. And it's been getting a lot of backlash. Now this guy, he's the co-founder of Cha-Ching Wallet, and he's come out a lot and pretty much bashed Tron. So most people were expecting this. You got Ken Bozak in here a little bit, but I wanted to highlight some of the, you guys can read this too. BitBoy commented on the SEC, etc. But read some of these comments. So it says, so we are expected to believe that coincidentally an SEC insider happened to disclose the inside information to someone who just happens to be known as a huge hater of Tron. LOL. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Rhett says exactly. This is almost the definition of FUD. Then you have Bullish Panda saying, thank you for the heads up, Tom. Just dumped my bags of TRX just to be safe. My portfolio will be forever in your graces. Please, SEC, help protect us. You the man, Tom. Always looking out for the masses. And then Brian responds, it's not every day you get the inside scoop from the CEO of ADAP. There were a few more. They got the Justin Timberlake. Then this guy says, I'm not a fan of Tron, but I can spot a low blow tweet, and this is definitely one of them. And then Tyler says, seriously, I sold my TRX bag a while ago, but this tweet is really silly and unnecessary. Someone desperately wants to convey that they're important and has super secret SEC insider information. So this is what I always say, guys. Even in the Crypto Zombies Telegram, if you guys haven't joined the Telegram group, it's totally free. It's just a place where we hang out and talk. I mean, guys, I don't care. Shill your coins, shill them. But if you love a project or if you hate a project, provide some sort of information, provide some details, just simply saying, oh, I heard from somebody that somebody said this, and these are the things that really create that the FUD and uncertainty in the space. Okay, so just kind of what I'm saying is this doesn't relate to Tron or anything else, but if you guys actually have information or you want to say something about a project, maybe provide a link or a source or something. I just think that just saying stuff like, oh, I heard this, because I remember one time, if you guys watched my videos a while ago, I had heard something through the grapevine that ended up not being true, and I reported it, and I got yelled at for that. So I learned my lesson, guys. So always do research before you jump in and just believe whatever you hear. Now, also, wanted to talk about the NEM Foundation. Now, these guys are being hit a little bit hard from the bear market. So they say that they're planning layoffs across their entire 150-person staff in the wake of a severe budget cut and ahead of an imminent restructuring, okay? So the newly elected president of the NEM Foundation, Alex Tinsman, told CoinDesk that the NEM Foundation now intends to submit a funding request to the NEM Community Fund for 160 million tokens worth roughly around $7.5 million. That's a pretty big request just to be like, hey, we didn't manage our funds correctly. We need your help, right? So she goes on to say, basically, we realized we had a month to operate due to the mismanagement of previous government's council. So they're looking at basically 1 month until bankruptcy. And NEM was a project that, they used to be top 10, when I first got in. So it says, as a result, the foundation's 202 members, people who undergo identity checks and pay an annual $50 membership fee, will be asked to vote on the funding request in February. Tinsman said the foundation spent roughly 80 million NEM tokens between 2017 and 2019, primarily on marketing. In fact, I remember when I went to Consensus, they had not even a booth. They had a whole section of the convention center just devoted to NEM. So you could definitely tell that they weren't afraid to spend their budget. I'll say that. So Tinsman says that they are embarking on a much more disciplined roadmap for 2019. She said teams will be given specific budgets and required to perform more open source documentation of their progress, making tools for the NEM ecosystem. She says the community will also be voting on these funding requests and which ones we should have moving forward. She further said that plans to monetize the foundation's activities in 2019 include enterprise training, affiliate marketing, and others in order to reduce the nonprofits' reliance on community grants. So if you guys want to check out the official statement right here, this is it right here. You can go to the section that says, reality, the NEM exchange rate suffered catastrophic drops. They all did, let's be real. But that's basically what's going on with that, guys. Let's talk about how XRP was, mooning yesterday. It was up 11% at the time of writing this article. I think it's pulled back a little bit since then. But basically, the price jump followed the news that Ripple, their rival Swift, will link to R3's Corda settler, which uses a distributed ledger to settle transactions between traditional assets and cryptos like XRP, which we spoke about yesterday. It also comes after a new endorsement of Ripple's endeavors from the International Monetary Fund, or the IMF, director Christine Lagarde at the Paris FinTech Festival. She warned banks that they need to act and adapt to new technologies to better serve their customers. Also, speaking about XRP's little cousin, little brother, we got IBM, the U.S. hardware, software, computing, and cloud-based service provider, is hiring an offering manager under its blockchain financial services solutions department to work with Stellar Ledger. So this is some good news from Stellar. This is a step in the right direction, coming a few months after a 108-year-old company launched the blockchain WorldWire. WorldWire is in fact, it's basically a competitor for R.I.P as well as the global payment network SWIFT. The blockchain-based payment system, IBM says, will revolutionize the concept of money, and for instantaneous settlement, it will leverage XLM, the native coin on Stellar. Now, we had other news also coming out from Stellar today. Pretty good day for Stellar. SatoshiPay has joined with Axel Springer, the largest digital publishing house in Europe, to offer tiny amounts of Stellar to pay for news content. So blockchain payments can significantly reduce transaction costs and thus enable new monetization systems for content. Now, this is according to Dr. Valentin. He is the senior vice president of Axel Springer. So he says SatoshiPay offers a turnkey solution that allows us to instantly use blockchain technology and offer it to our clients. Axel Springer owns media brands such as Business Insider, Build, Die Welt, and Upday. It has 15,000 employees and made revenue of $3.5 billion in 2017, a healthy 60% of which was generated from digital media. The micropayments partnership will embed SatoshiPay's micropay service into Axel Springer products and is expected to go live in the spring of this year. Just more good news, guys. Just more good news. Payments are made in Stellar Lumens, which users can buy with fiat currency in the SatoshiPay wallet. So to support the Stellar network, SatoshiPay launched 3 of its own Stellar full nodes also January 9th, just to mention that. We also have some news coming out of Cardano, guys. Emurgo, the commercial and venture arm of Cardano, has announced today that they've become the anchor investor in Y2X, a digital merchant bank for the decentralized economy. This is interesting. This strategic investment aligns with Emurgo's philosophy and mission to drive the adoption of Cardano, partially through investments in companies which show synergies with the Cardano ecosystem. You guys can read the rest about this. I'm not going to go into it. It's a little lengthy, but that is good news for Cardano. We also have good news. Well, yeah, good news for people that got hacked. Not that that's a good thing that they got hacked, but we have good news for them. So almost all of the roughly $11 million worth of IOTA tokens that were stolen from Oxford, UK have been found. And we talked about this the other day. They got the guy, right? So IOTA co-founder and board chairman Dominic told them that the funds are currently being held as evidence in police investigation. They said just a small amount of the stolen crypto has not yet been found, but the exchanges have blocked the hackers' accounts, and he tried to free the money, but he did not succeed. Now that's how you do it, guys. Now that's how you do it. Boom. I love a good ending to a story, or happy ending to a story, I should say. Now, let's talk about everyone. They were asking, what is this wrapped Bitcoin stuff? Well, if you guys Well, let me get into it. So, wrapped Bitcoin, an Ethereum-based token backed by Bitcoin, has launched today. According to a press release on the network's site, the currency is a joint initiative by blockchain security firm BitGo, Kyber Network, Liquidity Protocol, and others. So, BitGo announced the development of the coin, backed one-to-one with Bitcoin in October. A statement by the firm then said that the wrapped Bitcoin will provide users with a wide variety of new decentralized use cases, including I think that's a typo, but for decentralized exchanges as collateral for stable coins or lending. So it's pretty much a coin that's pegged one-to-one with Bitcoin. In fact, this is the whole concept of what Universal Protocol is trying to do. Interestingly enough, BitGo is also a partner of that alliance. So wrapped Bitcoin will purportedly allow for new applications and use cases for Bitcoin on the Ethereum network. So yeah, by bringing Bitcoin's liquidity to Ethereum, WBTC also makes it possible for traders to use Bitcoin value for token trades on decentralized exchanges. Now, this does sound a little crazy, I'm not gonna lie. First time I heard it, I was like, really? Just use the real Bitcoin, right? So if you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about it, I did cover this a while ago. I'll drop the video below. It's called WTF is WBTC. But yeah, so that is out right now, guys. Have a look at that. Also, we got a few more stories and then we're gonna get on out of here because I know we got places to be, but based on a recent report, Nasdaq, which has an advanced market surveillance technology designed to scan transactions and seek out fraudulent patterns, is making plans to partner with 7 crypto exchanges. Of those 7 exchanges, only 2 have been publicized. The 2 exchanges are Gemini and SBI Virtual Currency. Gemini trying to be even more compliant. I can only imagine these guys are going to try to push their ETF again. Right? So, well, they are. Actually, they've said it. So, the approved exchanges will be adopting Nasdaq's market service technology to evade possible fraud. The technology will also help them to cater and attract investors with deep pockets because, like I said, a lot of these guys are still scared. They don't feel comfortable just yet, right? Recently, crypto exchanges have been stepping up their game to avoid deceptive trading or malicious activities. To do this, technology is designed to cater for a market with institutional traders that are very familiar with trading on stocks, not so much crypto, are being adopted by these exchanges. Also, let's talk about this that happened in Florida. We have yet another case of Bitcoin being deemed as money. So an appeal court in Florida has called the prosecution of a man accused of laundering $1,500 worth of Bitcoin. So the court said there was enough evidence to charge the suspect with money laundering. Now, here's the interesting thing. Michael Espinoza was charged with illegally transferring Bitcoins to undercover detectives who told him that they wanted to exchange the coins for stolen credit card numbers. In 2016, Judge Teresa Pooler of the 11th Judicial Circuit of Florida threw out the felony charges against him. She said the suspect was not guilty of money laundering charges because cryptocurrencies do not constitute money under Florida law. And if you don't have money, you can't launder it, right? So, unsatisfied with the ruling, the state appealed against Justice Pooler's decision to dismiss the case against Espinoza. In a ruling yesterday, Florida's 3rd District Court of Appeals stated that trial court erred in dismissing Court 1 because Espinoza acted as both a money transmitter and a payment instrument seller. As such, was required to register with the state of Florida as a money service business. The Court of Appeal has now directed the nullification of the trials court judgment. So, long story short, what does this mean? The ruling means that Bitcoin remains a valid currency in the state of Florida until or unless legislators in the state act to modify the law. And finally, if that doesn't get you excited, how about blockchain beer? That's right, guys. You may be familiar with TE Food. They do supply chain logistics. They're like Origin Trail and you know, a lot like these other guys. So we now have blockchain, okay? So it looks like Alberta-based companies, Hamel Farms, Canada Malting Company, and Red Shed Malting, and Last Best Brewing and Distilling have teamed up with TE Food to deliver a new and engaging consumer experience. That's right, guys. Blockchain, a new beer officially launching on February 1st, uses blockchain technology to trace the beer grain ingredients from field to can. The solution allows consumers to follow the way blockchain was produced. The barley was grown and harvested at Hamel Farms in Penfold, Canada, then traveled to Canada Malting Company, yada, yada, yada. You guys know how supply chain logistics work. So this is pretty cool. You can scan it, see what's going on. They got a little video over here. Let's see what's up with this.
But to round it out and really give it
section of land.
Yeah, so this is pretty cool, guys. So there you go. Now we got beer on the blockchain. That's what's up. So, as usual, guys, I want to say thank you so much for stopping by. You guys are freaking awesome. Definitely, like I said, hit that bell notification if you're not getting notified. For some reason, YouTube's been acting up a little bit lately. But that being said, guys, thank you to everyone that's been liking, subscribing, and commenting. You guys freaking rock. Definitely check out the video tonight with Crown's Crypto Cave. We're going to dive in, talk about the markets, talk about where he sees things going, and give you a much better perspective on the technicals than I can. Let's be real. So, that being said, also I want to say shout out to everybody that's been supporting the channel, using the affiliate links, downloading Brave browser if you guys want an ad-free experience. Also, if you guys haven't had a chance to get yourself a Ledger Nano S or pre-order the X, you could do that as well. I do appreciate it, guys. And yeah, that's really it. So looking forward to tomorrow. It's Friday. We're one day closer to the weekend. That's right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you're not freezing your ass off like I am over here in New York. It is literally in the negative degrees. I am not going anywhere outside until this polar vortex just goes away. So, that being said, guys, you're awesome. My name's K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto, and peace out.